Hand clap to the masses, guys. We are back again for another vibrations here on this year 2022 vibrations of this year Mystelics reaction. Guys, big up yourself one time for tuning in to yet another Mystelics reaction video right there. Again, round of applause goes out to each and every one of you guys who tuned in to yet another Mystelics reaction right there, guys. We gotta jump into the vibrations because there's a number of things rather interesting right there. I'm sure you guys have actually seen this one on social media. Of course, this one actually came from the office of the Prime Minister, apparently stating on the health of the Minister of Health, Dr. Irving Pascal. And of course, this reads, was Dominica January 10, that's about 2 days ago, 2022. The government of Dominica wishes to advise the public that reports circulating in the public sphere that the Minister of Health, Wellness and New Health Investment, Honorable Dr. Irving McIntyre, is ill and has been hospitalized are untrue. Okay, Dr. McIntyre is not currently a patient at any hospital or medical facility. Dr. McIntyre is out of state on private business. Honorable Kent Edwards is the acting Minister of Health, Wellness, and of course, New Health Investments right there and then. So guys, I know a number of you guys actually have been circulating this thing, saying, oh, he's sick and whatnot and whatnot. But guys, it could just be, it's not exactly him, but it could maybe be a family member of his. And it's rather interesting that he's the Minister of Health. But it's alleged that there might be a family member of his that is actually sick and cannot get the medical attention in Dominica, therefore has to go overseas to get it. And therefore he's attending these matters right there of that sick family member, alleged sick family member of his right there. So they cannot get it in Dominica, therefore they have to go overseas and get it. You are the Minister of Health. You're the Minister of Health, and you have to send your family members. It's alleged that you have to send your family members overseas for them to get health benefits. What about the people of Dominica? You're the Minister of Health. What about the people of Dominica who cannot get the kind of certain privileges that you guys have to send people overseas, allegedly sending people overseas to get medical attention, but you guys are ministers of health? Doesn't that mean you fail? Doesn't that mean you fail? And not get me wrong, and it's in circumstances and situations where you need to send people overseas, sure. But I remember the very same thing that Brother Scared was saying the other day, stating that he can send his family members overseas. But what about you guys? He literally said that. Scared is, you know. Scared said I can send my children overseas if they're in need of any medical situations, or his family members can send them overseas. And he said afterwards, but what about you guys, as he is not the one. He's not the one running the country. No, it's alleged that some family members of him is overseas seeking medical attention. And, yeah, interesting stuff. We're talking about ministries and ministers of health, guys. We're going into education right there. I saw this thing that actually came to mind. Let me make it bigger for you guys to see. Of course, make it bigger. And there's something rather interesting some individual posted on social media stating, and of course, this is not the only thing though, but we're going to get into something rather interesting that is taking place in Grambling University. But we'll get into that in just a moment. But this individual is stating right there, this is a letter that was sent to him from the Ministry of Education and Human Resources, Resource Development, signed by Chandler Hyacinth, my former principal of the Portsmouth Secondary School. And as of March 27, 2019, that is almost 2 years ago. Well, 2020, what the joke is this now? Would I call me then? Oh. I not there, man. I not there. But what is wrong with you? Okay, guys, we are back. The people always try to call me when I do videos. But anyways, guys, yes, guys, I saw this letter right there, and if you can go down there, you can see it. It was written March 27, 2019, sorry, right there. Dear sir, madam, of course, this was given to this university right there, Texas A&M University, Commerce, yeah. So yeah, anyways, guys, dear sir, madam, please be advised that the Ministry of Education and Human Resource Development will contribute the sum of U.S. state $15,934.90. Why didn't he just make it $35? Why do you have to contribute the 90 cents? Anyways, as financial assistance towards tuition fees on behalf of Mr. Jai Williams, pursuing a Bachelor's of Science, I think, a BS, a Bachelor's, whatever the BSc is, in Computer Science. I think it's Bachelor's. Bachelor's of Science, yeah, in Computer Science for 2019-2020 academic year. All arrangements will be made by the Human Resource Development of the Ministry of Education to forward the above amount to your institution. Any courtesies, blah blah blah. Anyways, the individual wrote on Facebook, stating something rather interesting right there. Let's take a view at it. I was gonna make the computer read it, but I rather read it myself because people say they like to hear me read stuff. Okay, good day. My name is Jai Williams and I'm a Dominica student pursuing a bachelor's degree in Texas A&M University Commerce. On the 27th, we just read that a while ago, 27th of March 2019, I was issued a letter from the Ministry of Education which states that the Ministry of Education and Human Resources Development will contribute to some of what? US, not EC dollars, brothers and sisters, US $15,934.90 as financial assistance towards tuition and fees on my behalf pursuing a BSc in computer science, bachelor's degree in science. A copy has been attached for your convenience, which I just read a while ago. Boom, bam, bing right there, guys. Of course, signed right there. So you cannot say it's fake. It's real. All right, then. It has been years, 2019, a few years definitely, going on to 3 years, it seems. Since that has been 2019 March, I would have to say. Yeah, it's almost 3 years right now. But anyways, guys, it has been years since then, and I have not received any, not a black cent, brothers and sisters, any follow-up regarding that situation. I would like to inquire about this commitment. A new semester has begun, and I am unable to register for classes due to unpaid balance. Now, this is in Texas, okay? Texas A&M Commerce University or University Commerce. Right there. The whole placed on my student account would mean that I would lose my current visa standing and have to return home without obtaining any grade that I've worked hard for. The individual said, my family has already exhausted their supplies, the financial supplies, in order to help me secure my degree, and as I am very close to graduating, you can imagine the situation is critical, brothers and sisters, very critical. Right there. I don't mean to sound insistent. However, I'm begging for help. The thought of cutting my education short after having invested so much into it is stressful and terrifying. I hope that the government of Dominica, the Commonwealth of Dominica, would reaffirm its commitment to its youth and to their development. They send their stuff at the bottom there. They also had another piece, but I'm not going to put this in right there. I think the government need to reaffirm, and it's really interesting when they come on stage. They come on stage and they talk, oh, we are committed to the youth and to doing things and trying to better our youth, and they even telling parents the other day when it was raining to make more children. But they cannot already handle the students that are going to school that they made commitments to help them in their education, for which I guess they did well, or some sort of thing that they did which granted them this kind of assistance from the Ministry of Education. I sure it's Octavia that had at the back of that, but let's leave that there. Is ministry thing that signed that. But it's rather unfortunate that these things is taking place. It's rather unfortunate, guys. Let me stop my camera. My camera battery beeping. We'll come back in a moment. Okay, commercial break is over, brothers and sisters. We are back. It's really interesting that they constantly talk, and I keep saying this over and over. I have a jelly there, man. Sometimes you just have to David and Goliath on people. But let's leave that there, brothers and sisters. Why are they constantly doing that to the youth? And you would think it's just this, brothers and sisters. No, it's not that alone, brothers and sisters. There's this. I had to blow out some of the information out there in this letter. This one is of Grambling University, brothers and sisters. Grambling University. They have constantly been having addresses, and I remember when I did the story of them before, where they were talking about the students, the mayor. I think the mayor, I believe it, or some sort of public figure, political figure, to step in to rescue the Dominican students in Grambling University. And the government then later they did it late. They sent the promissory note to them late, very late. in this semester if it wasn't for the government who stepped in to pay half and say, okay, if the government doesn't pay, Dominica government doesn't pay the rest, then you'll have to pay it on your own. But then the government then sent the promissory note about, I think about 2 weeks or 3 weeks or a month later, they sent it in. Makwesa! And then we have them again back on the record again, brothers and sisters. They're on the record. Before I read the letter, guys, let me make you get on this, the full understanding right there. This is from one of the students right there. No, guys, I actually have some contacts in the thing. And when I was talking to one of my partners, he told me that something is happening. And he told me that the Dominican students are locked out. So anyways, I reached out to a number of them to see what they have to say and so forth. And this is what one of my friends sent me. One of his friends was I sent him right there when he was questioned, because I told him what was going on. Since he brought this thing to light to me, I told him it's not only there, but also in the Grambling University. So he sent this to me right there, and this is what you can read right there. You are not registered. This is the canvas right there. The canvas is literally blocked. So for those of you who don't know what the canvas is where the students go to find their assignments and stuff. They might go to class, but if they do not have the canvas, they cannot do their assignments, they cannot do the tests, the exams, whatever it is, they cannot see the grades, whatever. They cannot see nothing. So pretty much, Dominican students have been shut out. According to this, you are not registered, and this is why you can't see canvas, brothers and sisters. Dominica students cannot register. Literally said, Dominica students cannot register until we get permission from the Vice President for Finance. She has not approved your registration due to Dominica has not paid prior semesters balances. And of course, this was issued to the Dominican students right there. Dear residents, according to the university records, you have not completed registration. According to this very thing, registration, payment fees, and so forth, payment of fees. Of course, the government of Dominica has to cover these things for the students. They're not doing that. Why? Big question here. Why aren't they doing that? They stated that they have a commitment to the students on the education. It doesn't seem so. This is one of the reasons why Minister of Education, John Ilya, mom says should be fired. Immediately forfeit. Remember when she tells the students to go and shake? I seem like maybe that the students have to go do. They have to go and shake up their pam-palam. Shake, pam, shake, shake, shake. Shake, Sinora. Shake your pam-pam liner. That's probably what they want them to do in thing. And when they do it, if they have to do that now, guess what they're going to say? The students forming the royal donkey in thing. After you tell them and shake them pam. But let's continue right there in this regard. If you are attempting to complete registration or believe that you received this letter in error, please report to the registrar office in Grambling Hall immediately. It is imperative that you speak with someone in the registrar's office to obtain proof that you are actively working with them to complete registration right there. Now, guys, last time I'm not exactly sure when registration was, but they actually increased the registration date about 2 or 3 times. Oh, yo. Boy, Grambling does do things for the Grambling doing more things for Dominica than the Dominican leaders themselves, eh? Who rescued them the last time? The mayor, one of them public officials in Grambling rescued them, of Louisiana, rescued them, people. Who giving them all this leeway because the government is lapsing on them and not liquor struggle. And what happened to me there is the parents that have their children, they're quiet because they're afraid that their children, if the parents talk, their children might lose the thing. Boy, I tell you, boy, you're afraid to talk, but your child in turmoil, not sure where exactly they're going, hoping that the government come through. And if you talk, there's a possibility that your child will lose the scholarship from the government. That is a hell of a thing, eh? And you're putting the students under duress. How much time we have to come and say that? This is the 3rd time, The 3rd time I come. Not the 3rd time. Because I used to do that before when they had it in Monroe. When Monroe was about to kick out the Dominican students because they didn't pay them. And now they don't even doing scholarship now for students. Who they sent up recently? Who did they send up recently for under scholarship? I don't think they sent out anybody. Because the people them tell me they don't know if they've seen any new person that come from Dominica up there. What is really going on? Anyways, according to this letter right there, it stated if you have failed to complete registration, you are required to vacate university housing. Appropriate charges will be applied to your account based on a prorated amount for the duration of your stay in Grambling. So if you decide to stay and they tell you you have to leave at a certain time, you will be charged more. Because you're not supposed to be there if you haven't registered. Only students get to stay there because they are students, obviously. during the duration of your stay in Grambling University residential facilities. Please be advised that you must comply with the above request. University policy does not allow non-enrolled, I just said that a while ago, non-enrolled students to reside in the campus housing. You must be registered to be a student. If you're not registered, because the government don't pay for your fees, you are no longer a student and you have to vacate the promises. Anyways, guys, if you have any questions or concerns, you know they say if you have any questions or concerns, it's not their fault. But if you have any questions or concerns, they'll have a little pity on us now. It's not our fault. It's our government that do this foolishness there. It's our government. We're trying our best. You know, when I saw the honor roll, I wish I had the list again. I did list sometime, and you seen a set of Dominicans on the honor roll. A set of Dominicans who are 3.5 and a set of 4.0 GPAs, Dominican students. And then when they do well, now we're putting them online and saying, congratulations, yeah, don't understand the kind of struggle you make them go through. Boy, the kind of struggle you make them go through because you told them, it's not there to ask, you know. You told them, you made it available to them and say, we'll offer you a scholarship or financial thing. And you told them, hey guys, yes, we're going to offer you guys a little assistance and so forth. So you can continue and make the commitment to them that you will pay their tuition fees. If they have to pay for the books or whatever, they'll handle that. But at least you handled in the tuition fees. You made a commitment to these individuals. And this is the kind of struggle these students have to go through. You mean to tell me these students go into class and they cannot see what assignments they have to do on the basis that the government has not issued these things in time? And it's not now, this has been happening over and over. I wonder what happened this time. I was talking to a few students and he told me that most of the students there, when you see these kind of situations happen, they lock them out of the cafeteria. They lock them out of the cafeteria. Another one told me that as well. They lock them out of the cafeteria so they cannot eat. However, they're having so much pity on Dominican students that they're letting them write their names down when they come to the cafeteria to get something. They lock them out, you know. But they're having pity on them. They're making them write their names down until this whole thing is cleared up. Because if they don't pay, then they eventually have to pay them when they write their name down. I mean, that is the kind of stress when students are supposed to be studying. They will be definitely contributing. If they have to stay up there, they'll be contributing to Dominica and Dominica's development, whether they're sending money to their families or not. Or they're sending money, most likely they'll be sending money to their families to help, because obviously more opportunities are overseas than in Dominica. I saw a girl make a post. It's rather interesting. I think I should post that too. Let me go and find it, guys. Monday, this is it right there, guys. Monday made 1 year. This person put this as their friend to friend, but so I wouldn't post their name and whatnot. But this is what the person stated right there. Monday made 1 year since I moved to Canada. This person, I believe, is from Roseau. Anyways, on the same day, I was promoted to a supervisor position. In 9 months, they saw my value, and I now supervise people who have been working here for over 20 years. So they saw her skill set, they saw her value. But she tried her best in Dominica and couldn't elevate. Anyways, the person said a feature I never achieved in Dominica, no matter how glorious my appraisals were. That's one of the things I always notice in Dominica. You do well, and they give you a nice little check at the end of the year, $200, saying thank you, and they call in your name. I myself was never in this business. I was never in this business. I remember one time I did it, and I got a few recognition for my videography skills and whatnot in Ross University and thing, and they gave me my. Anyways, that is a whole other story. But that's minute compared to what she's talking about right there. A feature I never achieved in Dominica, no matter how glorious my appraisals were. In my experience, no matter the qualification, experience, and performance, persons who have worked there longer than you, regardless of their performance, would always be chosen above you for promotion. Persons who especially people like to talk. I had some co-workers that like to talk, but me and my supervisors and everybody in the top department were close to me. So when my co-workers used to go and call my name in certain things, they would also come and tell me. They would tell me who. Not supposed to be like that, but they would tell me, because there's certain people outside that they don't like you. So they used to bring things come and they would say that is true or not. I'll tell them yes or no. I wouldn't like to them because they know the truth. And sometimes they used to make things switch around. The supervisors used to switch things around for me. But anyways, they just didn't know. Anyway, so many people discouraged me and told me, why would I leave my job and go somewhere I have no job? Guys, risks is very important. That's why I always tell people, take the risk, Magwisa. I have seen, I am one of them who took the risk, brothers and sisters. I know. I am telling you guys, if you see the opportunities, don't just say you and leave your job, you know, and go and have no idea what you're going to be doing. Strategize, plan, send messages, do things before you leave. So you at least have an understanding where you're going to be going before you end up, you know, and if you go overseas and you fail, you can try again, do something, but at least you have an idea where you're going. But anyway, so many people discouraged me and told me, why would you leave your job and go somewhere you have no job? But in this 1 year, I've achieved so much, far more than she ever achieved in Dominica. Seen and experienced things I never would have in my home country. I love and miss Dominica, but for me to progress to the level I wanted to while still maintaining my integrity and ethics, I had to move. I like the part where she said, while still maintaining my integrity and ethics. It seems like in this day and age, a lot of girls have to be doing things that they don't want to do. I remember when they're talking about, I think Lennox then brought that out. I think it's in Century they brought that out, stating that it seems like the government officials need certain favors to do things for you. Certain favors, I remember they said that was going to cut up to now, that don't call yet. Up to now, that haven't called yet. To maintain integrity and ethics, to have a sense of pride in what you do. As I always tell people, if you see the opportunity to roll out. Dominica, don't get me wrong, brothers and sisters. I in Dominica for a reason, you know. Dominica dies. You go to the river, you go to the beaches, you go to the relaxation it has. And some of the people you know, you mingle with them, you say, hey, let's go somewhere now, let's go and vibe, let's go and ride ATV or whatever. Let's go mirror or whatever. You vibe with the people you know. So Dominica nice in that aspect, but it comes down to an opportunity aspect. And it's a hell of a thing when you get the opportunity and you're getting treated like this. You're getting treated like this from people who made obligations to you to do things for you, Makwesa. It does hurt me, but sometimes I just have to say, why making things hurt me for? Why? Because I'm talking to people and they're seeing it for themselves, yet still they're doing nothing about it. An individual messaged me yesterday telling me he's a labor right. But he agreed with what I'm saying. And I tell him, man, how can you tell me he's a labor right and agree with what I said as if you don't see what the government doing? How you can tell me these things? I mean, it's one thing to be a labor right, but then there's another thing to support the very system, because the system, I'm sure that the labor right he was supporting back in the day, sure. But you cannot tell me you're a labor right because you're supporting labor right and you're not seeing what's happening right now. Look at what is going on. Look. The only reason why the students there to get this thing is because the mayor or some political leader, or political leadership role, or person, I think it's the mayor who did it, rescued the Dominican students. Rescued them. No, they're getting another letter. This time they locked them out of canvas where it hurts. Because the only way you can succeed is through this canvas for you to do assignments and see what needs to be done. It's one thing to go class and you cannot do assignments. What is the point of going class? Open, and then they tell me that when these kind of situations happen, Dominica students are put on the back burner and they have to play catch up. They have to play catch up with the different assignments and things that they have not completed, especially as the week going, as the week goes by, as the week keeps going and going. Is that good? That's fine. Oh, okay. Once it's fine with all you, then all right then. All I doing, guys, is just bring it up right there. I have to blow up numbers. Next thing, all you can call numbers and say Mystelics, all you get it from. I blow numbers. Right there, guys. But it's really interesting. Very sad. Very, very sad indeed. Dominican students, but all you get the most letters on the campus, eh? Or you get the most letters on campus, father. But hey, this is the commitment I believe that the government has for the people then. It's very unfortunate that the government is saying that they're trying to build international airport, but forget their previous commitments that they made to students. Probably that's why the airport is not continuing right now. People, are you blind? Are you oh my God, are you don't see? Airport, nothing really happened in the airport, the international airport. Look, they're stalling. payments. They made this letter for this individual since March 2019. I think it was referenced, what I said, I think it was to February 19th, 2010, but that's a different thing. That's a reference number. But it's rather unfortunate, man. Rather unfortunate. The man needs to I think it's Amanda there. I don't know who's that. Who's that? Jai Williams, man or woman? It's unfortunate, man. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. Give this video a thumbs up if you understand it, and definitely subscribe and turn on post notifications if you want to get more videos like this here, vibrations. I was gonna do another video, but since I got this part, I decided, let me just do this one time. So guys, let me know your thoughts in this regard right there. This is the boy Mystelics, and I'll see you guys in the next reaction video.